Welcome to this video wherein I am going to teach you how to set up a Google Classroom and also how to launch Google Meet from within Google Classroom. So first go to the URL space, type classroom.google.com. So obviously you'll have to log into your Google account. And keep in mind that this whole process we are doing with our institutional email ID. So now we have come to this screen, Google Classroom. This is where we are going to start. So before starting this, you click here on this Google Apps icon. You open Google Drive. I'll tell you why you need to keep Google Drive open. So now here you can see a folder Classroom which is created by Google by default. So when I double click that, so here of course presently there are no folders here, so I leave it here. We'll go back to the Classroom. So now here you can see this arrow mark which says create or join your first class. So when I click on the plus icon, it says join class or create class. So if you click on a join class, means you are a student and this email ID is a student email ID account and you are going to join a class which has already been created by a teacher. So the other one is create class, means you are a teacher and you are going to create a classroom here, and means this email ID is a teacher ID. So this is very important because by mistake if you click join class, this email ID will be designated as a student ID and you won't be able to create a classroom. So be careful. So being a teacher, you click on create class. So now here it is asking you for the class details. Of course one thing you need to keep in mind here, it says class name. Normally when you look at the title of that class name, you will intend to give the semester, branch and things like that. Say for example 5th semester computer science B or 6th semester IT B, whatever it is. But what you need to do here is, instead of doing that, type in your subject code and subject name here. So why you should do that, I'll tell you. So don't type in the section here. Maybe if you want subject here, you can so in my case it is 7th semester mechanical B, right? So this is the information that you need to give. You can leave this section and room blank. So now when I click on create, because it will take some time to create the class for the first time. Right. So now my classroom is ready here. So now we'll go back to Google Classroom. I'll tell you why we kept it open. So here you can see it has automatically created a folder ME16703 SIMS, that is the subject code and the subject name. So this is the reason why I said in the class name type in this, because that name is what Google is going to use it to create this folder. Now when I click on here, so this is the space where you can put all the materials, being your document file, PDF, PPT, videos, whatever you want, you can put it here. So what will happen here is, as a teacher, if you're going to create additional classes, then additional folders will be created here. So this is the reason why I told you use this as the subject name. So you come back here. So now I have created my classroom, the subject code ME16703 computer integrated manufacturing system. So the next step is to add students to my class. So how do I add students? So there are two ways of doing it. So one here you can see there is called class code, right? So this class code is unique to this subject, computer integrated manufacturing system. So now one way of adding student is send this class code to them and ask them to join into this class using that code. That is one way of doing it. But then you have to go behind them, asking them, did you join, all those things. So instead the other way of doing it is, so now we'll go to people. So here under the teacher tab you have my name here. Of course there is also a provision here where you can invite teachers. Suppose a particular course or the subject is being shared by 2 teachers, so you can add that teacher's name. So let's not worry about that right now. Let's assume that this course is being handled by one particular teacher. So now here you have students, and here's the symbol where it says invite students. So here you can see that invite students or give them the class code. So to ensure that the information reaches all the students. So now when I click here, it is asking for type a name or email. So normally in Indian context, a classroom consists of 60 to 70 students. So do I have to type in 70 emails one by one? That's one question. That's a little cumbersome. So the easiest way of doing it is, being an institution, having created an institutional email ID for each and every student, the institution should have a group email ID which represents the entire class. So you can put in or type in that group email ID for that particular class, which information will be sent to all the email IDs individually. That is one way of doing it is. Or if you don't have such a facility, then elsewhere you should have your email ID. So just for sample I have typed in here some random thing. So you can copy them, be it 10, 20, 50, 60, whatever the number. So come back here. So here you can paste it. So now here all the email IDs are pasted here. So I think there is some issue here because of that the invite button is not coming here. So what I'll do is we'll just add one email ID just to show a sample. So invite. So here it says a particular student is invited, and this invitation will go to his email ID. So from there he can join this class. That is one way the student can join the class. The other way of the student joining the class is if he installs Google Classroom. So this invitation will be in the Google Classroom, and from that app also he can join this class, right? So we created a classroom, we named it based on the subject code and subject name, and we have invited the students now. Next we'll come back here. So again there are 2 parts here. The first part is inside Google Classroom, launching Google Meet to deliver online lectures. That is one part. The another part is using the Google Classroom not to post your materials, whatever it is, and to conduct quizzes and short questions. So these are the 2 parts. So in this video or in this lecture, we'll see the first part, how to launch Google Meet and then conduct your online class. Now, so if you are to, of course, for that matter, any online, call it online teaching or webinar, whatever it is, you need a link using which the user can join. So the same applies to Google Meet also. So here you say there is a Google Meet Meet link, generate Meet link. So now click on here. So here it says generate Meet link. There is one option here which says whether it will be visible to the students or not. Most of the time nothing wrong will happen. Sometimes if you feel that students might meddle with this, you can generate a link but leave it not visible to the students. So when you click here, right, So Meet link has been created, which is by default visible to the students, and if you want you can copy it for reference sake, or you want to share it through social media. So now we'll save this. Now yes, a Meet link has been generated, but then it is not, of course, the last one, that BA62, this is called the nickname of this Google Meet session. I'll tell you what that is, right? So now I have created this Meet link. The next is I need to launch the Meet and make students to join this. So that is the next step. So how to do that? So again, there are two ways of doing it. One is, if the student installs Google Classroom app in his mobile, because most of the students might prefer to listen to your lecture through a mobile. So if he installs Google Classroom app, inside that app, for this classroom, you will have this link already there. All that the student needs to do is just click on that link and you will join the meeting. So this is one way of joining the meeting. The another way is, some students may feel Google Classroom is not needed, I am going to only attend an online lecture, I will only install Google Meet app. So if a student has to join your class through a Google Meet app, then this link will not work out. Then how should the student join the meeting? So let's see. So when I click on that, so now it's getting ready. So for time being, I'll switch off both the camera and the mic. So here you can see this. This is what I said, the nickname of this meeting, right? So it says no one else is here, because I'm the first one going to start it. And also you can ensure, because as I told you, this Meet link, or this one, is a permanent one where a student can join from the Google Classroom app. If someone has joined, probably it will show here. So as at this moment, no one has joined. So I will join as a teacher, right? So now, so here you can see it says meeting nickname can only be used within Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. So this means that the whole setup, this classroom setup, will work only with svc.ac.in, institutional domain email ID. No one with a personal email ID can join this classroom, right? That's what it means. So now here you can see there is joining info. So this is a typical link and this is the pin, right? So you can copy these two, that is you can copy this link and you can also copy this pin. So this you can share it to the students through the social media, typically a WhatsApp. So what happens, when a student clicks on this link, he will automatically join your course, or he will type in this pin, which is the meeting ID, and then join your course. So these are the two ways by which a student will join your lecture. One, if he opens his Google Classroom app, this link will be, the Meet link will be there, you can just click that. And if he does not have a classroom, if he wants to join from Google Meet app, then he needs this link and this pin. So now the question is, if it is going to be one of a kind lecture, that's I'm going to handle only once, or I'm going to handle only once in a while, then this method is okay, where you copy this link or the pin and then send it to them through the WhatsApp. But this is going to be regular feature, and as a teacher I should not take the pain of every time copying this link and then sending it to them through WhatsApp. So I would the convenient way will be asking the student to install Google Classroom app from the Google Play Store, and ask him to click this meet link, right? Of course, this part is the nickname, the whole link we saw earlier, so which will be permanently available. So that is convenient for the teacher. Every time you need not send them this link, right? So I'll close it here. Of course, this option here is, if you want to send to particular group of people, you can add the mail IDs there, email ID. Of course, for us it's not needed because we are going to invite the whole class, right? So now, as a teacher, I have joined now. So the next step is I need to make a presentation, or I need to share my screen, in other words. So here you have this button or icon, present now. So when you click on that, there are options here, whether you have to share your entire screen or a particular window or a particular tab. Say for example, if you are teaching them something from the website, or if you are showing them some videos in a website, then you have to go for this option. And most probably as teachers we'll be presenting our PowerPoint. So then choose this option, window. Then here it shows the various options, because presently there are so many things open here. So what I want to share is this PowerPoint. So I'll choose that window and share. Right, so here at the bottom you can see it shows is sharing a window. So if you want, you can hide this information. And again here it says you are presenting to everyone. So click here to return to the video call when you are ready to stop presenting, because sometimes you don't want the PPT, you want to talk to them, you want to show face to face, you want to talk to them. Then you can stop sharing, and then go back here. Of course, without a PPT you can just speak where your voice alone will be heard by them, or you can switch on this camera so that they can see your face, right? So once this is over, again of course here you can see how many have joined. So when you click, as of now you are the only one available, no one else has joined. So when people keep joining, the names will be added here, right? So this is all about launching a Google Meet session and asking the students to join. Right now my presentation, everything is over, so I need to wind up, means I need to leave the meeting. So at this point I'm not talking much about the various aspects of how to leave, because one issue is, if you try to leave before the students have left, then there is a possibility that the session will be active and students might keep using that. So in order to avoid that, you have to of course wait until all the students leave the session, and then you leave the meeting, right? So this is all about this. There are certain additional things, of course, as far as Google Meet is concerned. One thing, if it is a casual webinar or a casual lecture, I'm not much concerned about how many participated, how many were active and all those things. So attendance, as an academician, I'm concerned about having some data of how many attended it, or how many joined, how many were attentive and all those things. So that I'll show it in a separate video. So hope up to whatever we covered was clear, and in case you have any doubt, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.